touch him. Mark it up. Touchdown, Sioux Falls.
40, the 30, and he is gone to the house. Touchdown, Tallahassee.
Tipped and picked off by Colin Douglas, who's going to take it back all the way.
A pass caught, first down. What a move! J.R. Sim, get out of here! The doctor is in for the touchdown!
The first weekend of September signals that summer is coming to an end, and so is the SFL regular season. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have hit the home stretch here at Robbers Cove as the Oklahoma City Renegades take on the Sioux Falls Sparrows. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Michael Truilo, and I'm joined today in the booth by James Richards.
Hey, guys.
Today, two teams looking to make their mark on the playoff race and get up into those spots, take the field. Lineup scrolling across your screen will go down to the field for the coin toss in a moment. Renegades will kick in the first half. The kicker, Johnny Ortega, has the ball on the tee. And it is game on here in Oklahoma City. Ball taken from just inside the 10-yard line, runs left and into the teeth of the Oklahoma City defense at the 29, and that is where the Sioux Falls Sparrows will begin their first drive. We'll run you through their offense. The Sioux Falls offense is captained by number 10 quarterback Julian Tyree. The running back is number 35, Kevin Clancy. The wide receivers are number 11, Jalen Miller, number 19, Elijah McCoy, and number 88, Michael Moore. First play from scrimmage is a handoff to Clancy. He's going to be big for this Sioux Falls team today as he gets 5 yards. Most of the offense today has got to run through Clancy, I think, James.
Yeah, I agree. I think this week we're going to see Clancy finally eclipse the 1,000-yard mark, possibly even get into the double digits for touchdowns, so we'll have to see it.
Under center now goes Tyree. He'll hand it to Clancy again. This time, good blocking gets him 2 yards to the 37.
Muhammad Alajwani in the chat says, reminds him of Michigan from yesterday. I tell you, this reminds me of McDonald's, the red and yellow.
And we got color-on-color uniform matchups today. Sparrows, black helmets, yellow everything else except socks, which are also black. Tyree, pressure coming, floats it out over the middle, and that pass is caught. And into plus territory go the Sioux Falls Sparrows. That's number 89 making the catch. The non-contract player,
Miles
Portis.
I think today's I think it'll be interesting, with Oklahoma City coming off the big win last week. It'll be interesting if they can carry the momentum into this week and knock Sioux Falls a little bit more down the rankings.
With that takes us into our keys to the game. But the first one for Oklahoma City is definitely look to carry the momentum from last week. And for Sioux Falls, I think as much as the offense revolves around Clancy, Julian Tyree needs to step up. He currently has the second lowest touchdown passes among quarterbacks that have played all 8 games. Only 10 in the season, and the rest of his stats in the middle of the road across the board.
Yeah, one of the lower QBR ratings in the league, sitting at 71.6. So
flared out to the far side, caught 6-yard gain.
Part of that, though, you have to look at Sioux Falls' offense And you have to look at the touchdown to interception ratio, but then more importantly, you have to go back and look at the quality of the interceptions as well. Sometimes a high interception ratio isn't always the quarterback's fault.
And both teams today are going to try to lead on their running backs. We've already seen it with Clancy here on the first drive as it's 3rd down and 4 from the 41. But Pete Brucey for Oklahoma City is going to be big on their end too. Here's a pass in the flat for Clancy. He's got some running room down the sideline. He is met with contact and brought down all the way to the 27. Good run there.
Yeah, Clancy's coming up big so far in the run game and, has a couple catches there to move the passing game along as well.
And every point is important in this game is my last key because these teams don't score much. They're both in the bottom 5 in the league for points per game. Oklahoma only scoring 24, Sioux Falls 27, so we could get a close one.
Yeah, and even though they don't score a lot, both teams are very capable of moving the ball. They just have troubles punching it in the red zone.
Now this time the Oklahoma City defense gets to Clancy, bringing him down for a 1-yard loss. Looks like number 91 there, Irvine on the tackle.
AJ Levy in the chat says I'm already hating on the Sparrows. Not true, my friend. I'm definitely not hating on the Sparrows. I'm hating the highlighter yellow. That's what I'm really hating.
Under center again goes Tyree. He'll throw this time. 4-man rush for Oklahoma City. That ball is dropped at the 10-yard line. Almost hauled in by Jalen Miller.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Sioux Falls really attacks Oklahoma City's 3 deep defensive sets. Obviously with the corners and post routes, there's going to be some openings. If they catch Oklahoma City in a cover 2, that could spell disaster for OKC.
I'll get to the Oklahoma defense starting lineup after this play as it's 3rd down and 11. Big play here. Going to the same quarter again, and this one is almost picked off. Isaac Holt almost got his paws to that one, and we'll take you through the rest of the Oklahoma City defense. The cornerbacks are number 21, Cam Michael, number 30, Isaac Holt. The free safety is number 45, Billy Joe Casper. The strong safety is number 49, Tank Savage. The defensive end is number 77, Ethan Hamby. The linebacker is number 91, Cole Irvine.
Looks like we got a really deep field goal coming in.
Yeah, kicking from the 35, so about a 45-yard field goal.
These definitely aren't guaranteed.
Up. And it is right down Main Street. Max Mulholt puts the first points on the board, and it's 3-0 Sparrows.
Yeah, really strong kick. Looks like he could have punched it in from another 5 yards out.
We have our first scoreboard update from the other game, one of the other games going on right now, Alaska and San Antonio. Alaska 7, San Antonio nothing. 8:09 to play, first quarter in that one. Oklahoma City's going to get the ball first, and they'll start from their own 10-yard line. This return is taken right up the gut, fighting through contact to the 31-yard line. Goes number 21, Cam Michael.
Yeah, I reckon that Alaska-San Antonio game is going to be kind of brutal. San Antonio's been struggling all year to get things moving. Alaska's dropped the ball in a couple games, so Max Paul's going to be right down there, calling every play, trying to get his team to just crush San Antonio. So hopefully they keep it close.
We're about to get our first look at Red Feather, the Oklahoma City quarterback, and a huge part of their offense, even though he's only a silver. And that's a big gain on first down, 9 yards. That's number 89.
Yeah.
Tiberius Bovine, the tight end on the catch.
You can see that Joseph Redfeather is an important part of OKC, but not as important as Brewski. If Brewski can't get going, it's gonna spell trouble for OKC.
2nd and 1 should see Brewski here. Nope, we'll throw again with Redfeather. Good pocket for him. He'll check down to Brewski, and he gets up to the 48-yard line. We saw it on that play, just not how we expected to.
Yeah. I think Redfeather's proven that he's a really efficient quarterback. He doesn't turn the ball over. The ratios are much better for him than some of the other quarterbacks in the league. So it'll be interesting, how much pressure they put on Red Feather's shoulders and how much, weight that they put on Brewski. So
First down and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Under center, twin backs goes Red Feather. He'll drop back to pass into the flat. Caught and trucked after a gain of 7 is Pete Brewski. Big tackle made there by the Sioux Falls defender. It'll be second down and 3.
I think looking at the stats here, Brewski's coming into the game with 758 rushing yards, 10 rushing touchdowns. At the start of the year, I thought OKC would lean more on Brewski, but, now looking at the stats, it doesn't appear that that's the case.
Well, he'll get it here, and he will pound forward for a first down up to the 40-yard line. Taking some big shots early, but he's moved the chains twice.
Yeah, they're going to use him. Brewski reminds me of Carolina's tailback, the team we watched last week. And, both teams are utilizing the power back differently than some of the other teams in the league. It's interesting.
Brewski will get it again, and he is hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss of 2. Big number 98, Ajabu Afalabi there on the stop for Sioux Falls. We've been talking so much about Red Feather and Brewski, I'll run you through the rest of the Oklahoma City offense. They are one of the few teams in the league to have a contracted fullback. He's number 39, Quinton Mantua. The tight end / wide receiver hybrid is number 84, Julian Wieland. The other wide receiver is number 88, Caleb Hamby. The other tight end is number 89, Tiberius Bovine. And the kicker is Johnny Omega. Brewski takes the ball again to the 38-yard line. It'll be third down and 8.
When that play was developing, I surely thought he was going to get more than 2 yards there. He was out in the flats all by himself. Great job by Sioux Falls to get over there and stop him for a gain of 2.
Big third down here. 3rd and 8, just outside of field goal range. Red Feather stands in, now pressured, rolls to his left, throws out of play. Intended for, nobody.
Yeah, great pressure by Sioux Falls up the middle. Great coverage downfield. Forces Red Feather outside of the pocket and forced him to throw on the run. That's not his strong suit. So good pressure there by Sioux Falls. And here we are on 4th down.
On the defensive side of the ball for Sioux Falls, the quarterbacks are number 25, Nick Pop, number 29, Adam Okoye. The strong safety is number 42, A.J. Levy. The free safety is number 49, Christopher Dodd. The linebacker is number 56, Braden Smith. Number 91, Alex Parker, and number 98, Ajabu Afalabe. As the punt, that was a punt. 4th down. And it does not stay out of the end zone. It'll be first down and 10 for Sioux Falls at the 20.
Yeah, Gino Soto running down the field, getting under the ball. Number 48 catching it on the 2 and running it in the end zone. So that's going to be a touchback. Sioux Falls taking over at the 20-yard line.
I formation, first play from scrimmage on this drive for Sioux Falls. They'll hand it off to Clancy. He runs left side, breaks through a couple of arm tackles, and gets 8 yards.
Yeah, good run by Clancy. Already over the 1,000-yard mark. He didn't have much to go this week, only needed 15 yards to get there. He's got that already. Congratulations to him for eclipsing the 1,000-yard mark this season.
Yep, San Antonio has just tied it up with Alaska with just over 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 7-7 in that one. I formation again. Hand it off to Clancy, this time running near side. He's got a lane, and there he goes all the way out to the 43-yard line before number 43 brought him down for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I think this has got to be the game plan for Sioux Falls. Get the ball to Clancy on the outside. Let him, get through the garbage that's getting, mucked up in the middle and just let him keep churning away, moving the ball methodically downfield. You don't have to throw the ball a million times. Just give it to Clancy.
We'll stay under center, but this time 4 wideouts, and Tyree will throw across the middle into tight coverage, but this one is hauled in expertly by Jalen Miller, his second catch of the day.
Yeah, Jalen Miller coming in as the leading receiver for Sioux Falls. And great hands right there. That's a tough play for any receiver to make, regardless of their contract status.
And a tough throw for the quarterback. Very tight window to throw that one into. First down and 10 across midfield to the 38-yard line of Oklahoma City. Sioux Falls will run far side again. This time, Clancy is stacked up in the backfield and dropped for a loss of 2. Good push by the D-line there.
Looks like we have our co-owner of the league joining us. Welcome, Ryan Motes. Thank you for joining us today.
2 backs. They'll give it to Clancy again. And almost nowhere to go as he only picks up 1. Number 49, Tank Savage, in there on the stop.
So give me your predictions. How do you think this is going to be a low-scoring game, or do you think, it's going to...
I think with the way both teams run the ball a lot, I think it is going to be a little low-scoring. I'm saying maybe 28-21. But this ball is caught behind the defense. Nice quarter route there, caught by number 19. That's Elijah McCoy.
Yeah, really nice throw on the back shoulder. McCoy getting his head around and bringing it in on a corner route.
A one-handed back shoulder catch, too. He had 6 points in his sights, but Tank Savage brought him down again. 2 consecutive big tackles for Savage. We're into the SFL red zone for the first time today to the 14-yard line. Short drop over the middle and down to the 4-yard line. A nice pitch and catch, and it is 11 again. Yeah. Jalen Miller showing up here in this first quarter.
Yeah, Jalen Miller showing why he's the leading receiver here for Sioux Falls. And I think this goes back to the point that I talked about earlier, that corner route, they caught OKC in the cover too. If Oklahoma City has a lot of that mixed in, you're going to see a lot of corner and post routes go for big yardage today.
Clancy, left side, nowhere to go, and he'll lose a yard back to the 5-yard line. It seems that, the runs with Clancy early in this game are either all or nothing. Either you get a lot or you get nothing.
Yeah, and I think that's really dependent on the formation. When you get down in the red zone and you're more spread out, which is what Sioux Falls likes to do, it's a lot harder to run these power formations because the box is so much more congested.
Stood up again. Loses another yard back to the 6. It'll be 3rd down and goal. Oklahoma City's defense looking to make a stand here.
What I'd like to see here out of OKC is Sioux Falls, I'd like to see them spread it out and look for that slant and see if they can get a quick score across the middle. OKC, they just need to stay tough here. Looks like they're in a cover 2, though.
This time he'll throw it to the end zone. Put it on the board. Touchdown, Sioux Falls.
Yeah, and
calling that in is the non-contract wide receiver, Truilo James.
Yeah, great throw, great catch here. Caught OKC in a cover 2, and those are really susceptible to the corner routes. Number 18 going out there, making a great play. Good throw.
And Sioux Falls goes up by 2 scores early here. And we called the Baltimore-Carolina game last week, and we could get a similar situation is where one team goes out so fast that the other team can't catch them.
The big difference last week from this week is I think OKC is better built to try to throw the ball and try to keep up, where I think Carolina, they're trying to develop their identity. They're trying to switch over from the power run game. They're trying to throw the ball more, and they're doing a great job. But it's just hard when you have certain elements built into your team that you're just not going to be able to escape from. And so I think if any team, out of those 2 matchups can come back from a larger deficit, I think OKC is better equipped for it.
Well, they showed last week against Houston they can put points on the board. Returned from the 10-yard line, running right side. Good block in front of him out to the 36.
Yeah.
Good return there for Cam Michael.
Yeah, Oklahoma City looked to be one of the stronger teams in the Western Conference. They've had some really, quick wins early in the season. Then they stumbled a little bit. Then they had a great showing against Mexico City. then stumbled again, and now they just beat a red-hot Houston team. So, interesting season for Oklahoma City.
I don't know if I'd call Houston red hot. They've dropped 3 straight. Under center
Fair
goes
enough.
Red
Fair
Feather,
enough.
first play from scrimmage here on this drive for OKC. Running the clock all the way down. 2 seconds to go. They get the snap off into the flat for Brewski, and he'll pound forward for 8 yards, and that'll end the first quarter.
I guess by red hot, I was just thinking of the 5 straight that they started the season out, and they just looked to be, other than Mexico City, they looked to be one of the favorites. I mean, even after 3 straight, they're still, third in the league. So, tough company in the top 3 in the Western Conference.
1 quarter gone, 10-0 Sioux Falls, but Oklahoma City looking to change that on this next drive. Second down and 2. Twin backs one out to the far side. Red Feather will throw in the flat. Brewski again, first down, and he's hauled out of bounds to the 49-yard line.
It looks like Sioux Falls is content with giving the underneath routes to the flats to Brewski, and it looks like they're going to employ the bend but don't break strategy. We're probably going to see a lot of cover 3 today out of Sioux Falls. I highly doubt that they get out of it, especially as they put up more points.
SFL fans, are you interested in spreading the word about a truly revolutionary esports product? Help the SFL by joining our social media marketing team. Experienced social media candidates can turn this into a paid league staff position. Contact the Leads Commissioner Cameron Irvine on Discord for more information. 3-yard run there for Brewski, sets up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, he took quite a shot there. I thought he was going to get more, but man, he got walloped.
That was Dodd coming up to make the stop. First time we've called his name today. Sioux Falls showing pressure here. They'll run it. Brewski try to get the edge. He will not get there. Loses a yard in the process as big number 56. That's Braden Smith brings him down.
Yeah, really good contained defense there by Sioux Falls, setting the edge with their defensive end and linebackers, able to stop Brewski in the backfield. Good play.
Big 3rd down and 8 here, just across midfield. Red Feather to throw. Good clean pocket. He'll throw the ball to the far sideline. Caught and turn it upfield all the way down to the 28. There he goes. That was Julian Wieland on the catch.
Yeah, really nice throw there by number 12, Red Feather, getting it out to Whelan on an out route. This is one of the weaknesses of the cover 3 that Sioux Falls is employing. They're going to give up a lot of out routes. They're going to give up a lot of flat routes. So, we could see Swing City making its way to Oklahoma City today.
I think the important thing for the Sioux Falls defense is nothing big over the top. Red Feather can really hurt you with his arm. First and 10 for the 28. They'll give it to Brewski, and he will get close to the first down.
Yeah, good run there.
Dodd brings him down there.
Good run by Pete Brewski. Looks like a counter play.
With 2 teams that really rely on their running backs, you've got to win the battle in the trenches. It's so important.
Yeah, and on that note, you saw big number 79, Clay McCoo, on the pull there, really opening up the run, laying up the middle. Good pull.
Bunch formation to the far side. They'll run it again. Bouncing it outside is Brewski, and he will barely get the first down. He will into the SFL red zone up to the 18-yard line. Alaska has scored again. Alaska now leads 14-0 over the Vaqueros. Just coming to the end of the first quarter in that one.
Muhammad Ajulani in the chat asks, what happens if Sioux Falls wins? Well, that'll give them 2-0 over Oklahoma City this season. So any tiebreaker that comes down won't be between Oklahoma City and Sioux Falls.
Red Feather was under pressure that time, and he threw the ball into coverage, and it was batted away by Okoye. Yeah, with the way the standings are now, both of these teams need help to make the playoffs. They need teams above them to lose as well as them winning.
Yeah, and I think right now, just from the look of it, it feels like Mexico City and Alaska are starting to, shake off the losses that they've accrued over the season. Alaska having a good showing so far today. As you mentioned earlier, Houston dropped 3 straight. I don't know if any team's going to get lucky with Vancouver. They're slinging it out there in Vancouver. So
another good run by Bruschi takes him inside the 10-yard line. First and goal from the 7. Could very well see the first Oklahoma City score of the game here. Twin backs behind Red Feather, who is under center with one to the far side. Red Feather, short drop, looks to throw, goes far side. Ball is caught and down to the 2-yard line. Couldn't quite turn up field. As Caleb Hamby on the catch, first time he's caught a ball today.
Yeah, to go back to the Western Conference standing, the commissioner, he's updating the chat with playoff scenarios. But how about Vancouver? I think we got to give a lot of props to Andy Hamilton and what he's been able to do.
Put it on the board. Sorry, touchdown, Oklahoma City. Pete Bruschi runs it in from 2 yards out, and we have our first touchdown for the home side.
Yeah, good formation here for Oklahoma City, setting up in the power run, letting Bruschi go up the middle. That's what he's meant to do. This is what OKC has to do. They have to move the ball, attack Sioux Falls cover 3, and then when you get in the red zone, give it to Pete Bruschi.
Attempting the kick is number 3, Johnny Omega.
How do you see, now that I'm looking at the standings, how do you see 4, 5, and 6 playing out in the Western Conference? We have Vancouver soaring up to number 4 with, I believe, 4 straight wins. And then you have Dallas sitting there at 4-4, and then Sioux Falls playing right now, but they're also sitting at 4-4.
Dallas, actually, I think Vancouver actually has 5 straight wins. They started 0-3, and then have gone 5-0 the last 5 weeks.
That would be, you said Vancouver? Or
Vancouver, yeah.
The website's saying 4, so.
Oh. I don't know. I don't have it pulled up right in front of me, so I'll take your word for it. But I think that Mexico, Alaska, Houston, and Vancouver could very well be the playoff teams in the West as the ball is returned out to the 30-yard line. It's going to take some effort for Dallas, Sioux Falls, or OKC to break into that top 4.
Yeah, I agree. The interesting thing about the Western Conference, and you can even make this conclusion about the Eastern Conference as well, is it's such a pass-heavy conference at the top of the standings. Any given day, those quarterbacks can have bad days and drop a game. So
over the middle, tipped it, almost caught and almost intercepted, and eventually pinballs all the way to the ground. That was a crazy play. Dexter Romberg had the best shot at it for the Renegades.
You got to get him some stickum, I think. I honestly thought that was going to be picked at the end, the way that bounced around.
Well, it was tipped, and then the receiver had a chance at it, and then Romberg had a chance at it. Nobody could come up with it, so it's 2nd down and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Tyree hands to Clancy. Big hole up the middle, and almost breaking free was Clancy. He was dragged down from behind by Dexter Romberg, making plays, 2 plays in a row.
We got Jerry Springer, a.k.a. Cam, in the chat room. He's trying to turn us against each other, bud. Can you believe that? Can you believe that?
Well, it's Alaska 14, San Antonio 14 now. As Tyree goes over the middle, caught, and up into plus territory goes Jalen Miller. He's been the big receiver so far today for Sioux Falls.
Yeah, big turnaround. We just saw that statistic. I believe it said a 136 passer rating for Julian Tyree. That's a big difference from the 71.6 that he's coming into the game with.
That's almost double his season average.
Yeah, he's playing really well, and it's not like OKC's playing badly. That was really good defense. They just fit it right between the cover 2.
Here's Clancy up the middle, breaking through some arm tackles and gets 5 yards. Dempsey peppers there to make the stop.
You know, it's interesting. Out of all the games that I've watched and called, it appears that Oklahoma City employs a very heavy dose of that cover 2. Here they are. They look like they're in a cover 3 right now, but you know, it does great, but you can really get burnt by it.
Tyree under pressure slings it out, and that is caught. Good catch out there. That's number 19, Elijah McCoy, makes the catch.
I believe Elijah McCoy is the leading receiver for the Sioux Falls Sparrows right now.
He could very well be.
I want to say he's got 3, and then Jalen Miller has 2, I think.
Hey, you were talking about the Oklahoma City defensive scheme. They are not loaded up on the back end, only 2 corners and 2 safeties. It's bounced outside. At a first down, yardage up to the 16 goes Clancy. I thought they had him dead to rights behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, really good run there by Clancy. Looks like he got hung up on the tackle there and then just bounced it outside.
Somebody completely missed the tackle. They had his arms around him and everything. And Clancy just ran away from him.
Yeah, 71 there. Corey Fuada on the pole. Did not pick anyone up, so that was all Clancy man-moding it right there.
Into the red zone on the 16-yard line. First play throwing to the end zone, and it's picked off by the Renegades.
And this is the strength of the cover 3. We see number 49 there. Christopher Dodd. Oh, I apologize. Not Christopher Dodd. Tank Savage.
It was tipped again. Number 49 had the shot on the receiver that jarred the ball loose. And Savage there to pick it up. He's made a couple of big tackles and now an interception in this game.
Yeah, we saw Tyree try to squeeze it in into, a cover 3 look. You can't do that, young man. Can't do that. Got to take care of the ball.
Oklahoma City now looks to take the lead before halftime as Brewski gets the ball on first down and gets 4 yards.
That was a big momentum swinger there for Oklahoma City. They stopped moving, Sioux Falls. They haven't really been able to slow them down. So that was a really big play for them.
Second down and 6 from the 24. Twin backs behind Red Feather. Red Feather will throw. He throws near side. One-handed catch. And down to the 28-yard line goes Tiberius Bovine. Tight end making a nice grab out there.
Yeah, giving tight ends across the league a great name. One-handed catch, acrobatics on display. Good play there.
On 3rd and 2, they'll go to the eye. And there's a penalty on the play. It looks like they'll get the first down anyway. It looks like somebody on Sioux Falls jumped. Spruski didn't get there, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter.
Looks like they're saying Lennox Sanders, number 99. Oh, 96. Okay.
That is Marcellus Morton, sorry. Moulton is the kicker.
I blame the camera guy for the confusion there. He panned into Lennox Sanders, and then the ref says, no, 96.
Well, either way, it's a first down Oklahoma City at their own 33-yard line. They'll keep the I formation on first down. Red Feather, far side, caught, turns upfield, and gets 8 yards. Big catch hauled in there by 88 Caleb Hamby.
On that play right there, I think I know what Sioux Falls is going to be saying at halftime. Hey, we need to make some adjustments. Swing City's here. They're killing us on the outs. They're killing us on the swing routes. And when we adjust to it, they hit us up the middle with Brewski. So, I think Sioux Falls is going to make some adjustments here at halftime. They definitely will need to.
Second down and 2. Looking for a heavy dose of Pete Brewski here. He'll get the pitch and get blown up in the backfield. Great surge by the Sioux Falls front line there. Leading the charge was number 96, Marcellus Morton, who just committed the penalty.
It'll be interesting to see if they go back to Brewski here on 3rd and 4.
Bunch formation to the top on 3rd and 4. Red Feather will throw. Pocket collapsing. He gets the ball away. Breaking a tackle. 2 tackles. And getting the first down by way of forward progress is Tiberius Bovine.
Yeah, Tiberius Bovine showing exactly why they go to him here in a clutch situation, breaking 3 tackles, getting the first down. 5 seconds till the 2-minute warning.
It looks like they'll just hold it up here and wait for that 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go in the first. We got a good one here. Sioux Falls 10, Oklahoma City 7. You're watching the SFL Network on YouTube.
To go back to your point earlier today, you know, we were talking about how low scoring these two teams actually are when compared to the league. And, you know, we said, well, they still move the ball. And that's been the story here today. Both teams moving the ball very well. But when they get down in the red zone, costly turnovers or just misplays have really plagued the points.
Brewski hit hard after a gain of 6 yards. Up to midfield. For everything SFL, visit the league's new website at simulationfl.net and explore the league's new partnership with PressStats. With over 400 players and games in league history, the SFL tracks your legendary status with professional quality. Contact webmaster Liam Crowder on Discord to find out how you can get your written works on the websites.
Yeah.
Nowhere is Brewski there, and it'll be 3rd down.
It looks like Sioux Falls, you know, as we close into the half, they're really starting to key in on the flats. They're saying, okay, we bent a little bit. Now we're not going to break, and we're going to shut down what we were giving you back in your own territory.
Do you think Oklahoma City needs to start throwing balls over the middle or in deep, or they're just going to keep pounding the rock? And on 3rd down, Brewski will not get there. Number 91, Alex Parker on the tackle.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to say. Sioux Falls, they're sitting in that deep cover 3, which is why the flats are open so much. But you just can't abandon the post corner routes and fades. Like, you still have to attempt those. And it looks like OKC is content with just trying to feed the ball to Brewski, you know, in every way possible. So,
well, at some point, Sioux Falls defense, and you saw it here on this drive a little bit, they're going to get wise to it and stop the run and stop the out pass.
Well, and that could be in Oklahoma City's favor as the team starts shifting more to cover 2. Oh, my goodness.
The ball is loose! The ball is loose!
Oh.
It's picked up, and you can put it on the board! Oh, my goodness. Clyde Means with the scoop and score as Oklahoma City takes the lead.
I'm at a loss for words. It's very rare that we see a turnover on special teams go back for 6. Number 25 there, Elvis Schumacher with the hit and strip, allowing Means to scoop and score.
Big man with the touchdown. And instead of being behind, Oklahoma City looks to lead going into the half.
I guess it doesn't matter what you call on offense when you can score a defensive touchdown. Just listen to how this sounds. An offensive tackle scoring a defensive touchdown on special teams. That just doesn't sound, you know, like it should be happening. But great play there by Oklahoma City. You got to, I guess when life hands you lemons, you make lemonade, right?
Mm-hmm. 13 seconds to go in the first half. Oklahoma 14, Sioux Falls 10. You're watching the SFL Network on YouTube.
Man, Elvis Schumacher and Clyde Means, they're definitely opening up their lemonade stand right now. That was a huge play for Oklahoma City. I've never seen that. I've probably watched, you know, 30, 40 SFL games, and I just haven't seen that type of play happen yet. That's awesome.
Well, we'll be with the 30-yard line where Sioux Falls starts their drive. They may just kneel this and head into halftime. Speaking of shocking things that are going on, San Antonio now leads Alaska 17-14. 4 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the second quarter over there.
Yeah, San Antonio, probably one of the best teams, you know, to only have one win. It's crazy how good they are and how close they've come to winning more than just one game.
They've had some crazy losses as Oh, a stiff arm, and he's still going. At a timeout taken. Up to the 49-yard line goes Clancy.
I can anticipate a Julian Tyree Hail Mary here. I hope that's what we see. I don't want to see them just tuck it in. I want to see them go for a big play here, try to get some of the momentum back on their side.
There's head coach Jason McGee.
You know, I think the way your two leading receivers are playing, both Jalen Miller and I can't think of Elijah McCoy. I think the way they're both playing today, I think you've got a good shot here with a Hail Mary.
Well, they've got bunched formation to the far side. It looks like that's what they're going to do with 3 seconds left in the first quarter. Good protection. Now he's got to step up, and he goes down. And the first half ends on a sack as Oklahoma City says, no thank you. We're taking this lead into halftime.
Yeah, I got to blame Julian Tyree there. The pocket was set. He stepped up when he didn't have to. That allowed the defensive end to come off and get the sack.
Gannon Slater on the sack. We'll head to the half. We'll be back. We'll be back. It's 14-10 Oklahoma City. Back here at the Robbers Cave in Oklahoma City, we've got a good one, 14-10 as we come out of halftime. Oklahoma City looking for a key win to kickstart. Well, they've already been kickstarted with a win over Houston last week, looking to continue their momentum down the stretch and looking for a playoff spot. Sioux Falls looking for the same thing. They'll kick it off first.
Yeah.
As the second half is on, Max Mulholt has it on the tee, and we are away.
Yeah, two big plays for OKC to finish out the half. Has them with a 4-point lead.
He just won't go down there, Cam Michael. He fights his way to the 33-yard line, and that is where the Renegades will have the ball first. And looking at the stats scrolling across the screen at halftime, I noticed something interesting, is that Oklahoma City has the lead, but they have almost fewer stats across the board.
Yeah.
What do we say? Brewski has the touchdown, but he only has 38 yards rushing.
Yeah, Sioux Falls has played a really good defensive scheme here, primarily into the cover 3.
Red Feather on first down, complete over the middle, and across the first down marker, just barely goes Caleb Hamby. It'll be first down and 10 up to the 43. More score updates for you from the Alaska game. Alaska goes back on top 20-17. The extra point was blocked, so it's a 3-point game there coming down towards halftime. First down and 10 for Oklahoma City from the 43-yard line. Twin backs behind Red Feather. He'll give it to Brewski. Brewski fights through the first down. And he's gone! There he goes! He got through everybody and put it on the board. Touchdown, Oklahoma City. Brewski breaks one.
Yeah, and this is what OKC needed. Brewski showing why He's one of the biggest, most powerful backs in the league, breaking several tackles on the way for a 60-something yard touchdown there. Great run by Brewski.
Just nobody could bring him down. He would not be denied. Didn't actually see how many tackles he broke there. Probably was 3 or 4. One.
Should have been 2. Should have been 2,
but
either way, doesn't negate the fact that Brewski trucked the first guy and then turned it on and rode the horse all the way to the touchdown there.
Oklahoma City going to go up by 11 points here. Extra point pending from Johnny Omega.
I wonder what Sioux Falls coach is saying. It looks like after a strong start, they've had a really poor, 3 drives or so, starting with that turnover on special teams that gave Oklahoma City the lead going into halftime, and now coming out really slow, considering how great they've played all day. Defensively, that's got to hurt.
Now, you got to think that Kevin Clancy on the Sioux Falls sideline watches his opposite number break a big one, and he's got to be thinking, man, it's my turn. Give me the ball.
Yeah, Clancy, he's been, one broken tackle away from doing that very same thing. So, hang in there, young man. You'll get it.
Oh, wrestled down at the 28. Impressive solo tackle there by Dane Nails.
Yeah.
I believe he only gets it out to the 28-yard line.
Vicious hit there. Dane Nails laying the wood, pun intended. That was a huge hit by the defensive end there.
Here we go. Sioux Falls need to respond after a good start to the second half by Oklahoma City. Under center goes... throws over the middle, complete. And out to the 43-yard line goes Jalen Miller again.
Yeah,
Julian Tyree up to 141 yards. Red Feather still under 100 yards passing with an 11-point lead.
Well, I mean, when your game plan is to get the ball to Brewski, that's the kind of stat line you want your quarterback to have. Julian Tyree, we saw the main difference there. 1 interception. Had that been a touchdown, this would be a different game. We'd be at 17-21 most likely.
Empty set now on 1st and 10 from the 43. 4 wide with a tight end. Tyree over the middle, tipped and intercepted again. Oklahoma City takes another one away. And this time it's Billy Joe Casper, the free safety, who makes the catch.
Yeah, that's a killer right there. Going over to number 19 there, Elijah McCoy, who's been pretty reliable for Sioux Falls today. Looks like he just got the alligator arms, tipped the ball up to number 45. Another big play going Oklahoma City's way. If you're Sioux Falls, I don't know if it's panic time yet, but you've definitely got to rally the troops here.
I know. I think it might be panic time for the defense if they give up another score. It's still the third quarter, but 3 scores is tough to overcome in an SFL game.
Yeah, AJ, turnovers, my friend. Special teams fumble for a touchdown. Then, that pick you just saw right there, that's been the story here and what has led us to a 21-10 Oklahoma City lead.
Yeah, the turnovers, I think, have caused a 14-point swing in this game. 3 in the backfield on 2nd and 12 for OKC. Red Feather to throw. He'll sling it out to Brewski. He's got running room on the far sideline and gets to the 49.
Yeah, I think now that Oklahoma City has an 11-point lead and we see Sioux Falls, they're reluctant to get out of the cover 3. I think Oklahoma City, they're just going to run the ball, hit the flats, hit the out routes, and they're just going to try to chew up as much time as possible.
3rd down and 3. Sioux Falls can stall the drive right here, but they will not do it. Wait, fighting for the first down. He didn't get it. I thought he had the first down by a mile, but Brewski ran laterally for about 5 yards.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic of the big man. Normally he just puts his head down and powers through. Interesting decision there by Brewski.
There's a challenge by OKC. I thought we might see it. Will they get the first down off the review? Here we go.
Yeah,
this
terrible
is not the
angle
angle you want here.
Although, from that angle, it looks like he may have reached over. No.
That's so close. It's gonna come. I think you got to go with the spot here. It's so close. He had the ball in the downfield, in the backfield hand. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if OKC comes out and tries to get him to jump offside too. This could be a huge swing in timeouts.
Yeah, which is, I think, why they're going to punt it here. And they're not going to punt it here. I would have punted it just because you don't want to be down 2 timeouts going into the fourth quarter. They might just try and go for it, though. They will just try and go for it. And they get it with Brewski across the 50 to the 44.
Yeah, good decision there, I think, by Oklahoma City. You're at midfield. You're playing really good defense. Worst case scenario, you give Sioux Falls, a 20 more additional starting yards on their drive. AJ, I don't know how many cover 3s you have in your playbook, but a lot's been called today, so.
I formation for Oklahoma City, and that play goes nowhere as the offensive line went out to lunch.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure there. Anytime you have your offensive line pulling, you really are hoping the defense isn't bringing the pressure. Unfortunately for Oklahoma City, Sioux Falls did just that.
Second out and 13. No wideouts this time, but Red Feather will throw anyway. Short to Brewski. He's got some running room, and he gets a couple yards, 4, as a matter of fact, up to the 42-yard line. It's 3rd and 8.
Yeah, score update. We get closer to the end of the second quarter, 27 seconds to go. Alaska trailing San Antonio by 4.
That's a high-scoring one.
I don't think it's over.
40.
Yeah, I don't think it's over. I think that's going to continue to be a high-scoring game.
Another big third down here, just on the edge of field goal range. Red Feather pressured, steps up in the pocket, and completes a pass down the middle. Who is that on the catch? Is that 83? No, 89. That's Tiberius Bovine again. Another big catch for him down inside the red zone.
Yeah, really good step into the pocket by Joseph Redfeather, and then just slinging the ball to the post across the middle to Tiberius Bovine.
Into the SFL red zone go the Renegades for the first time in the second half. And on first down, they'll give it to Brewski. Brewski has a lane near side and almost broke one for another touchdown. But number 98, Amu Afalabi, that's a tongue twister, came off the block and brought him down. Second down, 6. And Alaska just answered right back. It's 27-24, 16 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think your prediction's right. I think that's going to be a high-scoring game. I wonder how.
Brewski and a loss of 2.
I wonder what that score was over there.
Braden Smith on the tackle for Sioux Falls. They really need to hold him to 3 here.
Yeah, I agree. That would be a big momentum swing there for Sioux Falls. Oklahoma City, they're in the lead, by the turnovers. You got to say that's kind of luck, right? Like, we don't see, fumbles on punt returns.
Down goes Red Feather. First sack of the day given up by the Oklahoma City offensive line. Lennox Sanders got through and brought him down.
Yeah, really good pressure up the middle. Bull rushing right by number 0.
That's the setter, Dalton Otto. You usually, if the setter's name is being called by the broadcaster, that's not a good thing.
I just noticed it. I probably would have even called it, except his number was 0, and I was like, oh, okay. Who is that?
Well, they do force a field goal attempt.
Yeah.
From the 19-yard line. And the kick is right down Main Street, 36 yards, as Johnny Omega puts 3 more points on the board. For OKC, 4:53 to go, third quarter. OKC extends the lead to 24-10.
Yeah, and I think this was probably, the second best thing that could have happened. Obviously, a missed field goal would have been better for Sioux Falls, but you had to, you had to put your foot down. You had to get a stop. They did that. limit them to 3, make it a 14-point game. We know Sioux Falls is very capable of moving the ball, so a couple big plays here and there, and they could be right back in this. So good start.
Just inside the 10-yard line, the ball is taken, and out to the 30 goes Gannon Slater. No, that's Gannon Slater on the tackle. Make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. Help us push to over 700 subscribers. As a subscriber, you're notified when our channel goes live, and you'll have access to over 1,000 videos seamlessly through the YouTube app. Our channel live streams Sundays at 3 and 5, and Sundays through Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Don't miss a minute of the action. A bit of an addendum to that YouTube read there. This being Labor Day weekend, we have 2 games on Monday. We have a game at 5 and a game at 7.
Good play there by Romberg, dropping back into coverage, taking the pass away from number 88, Michael Moore.
Let's go.
Second down and 10 for Sioux Falls. I formation with 1 man out wide. Tyree lets the clock wind down to 10 seconds. Then he'll give to Clancy. Fights for anything, but he gets 4 yards. It's a good run under the circumstances. 3rd down and 6.
Nightbot there with the plug there for press stats. Go on over to Simulation SFL or simulationfl.net for all your story schedules and standings.
3rd down and 6. Important play here in their own zone. Tyree, bit of a low snap. He has time. Throws to the far side. That is complete. 1st down and 10 to the 46-yard line. Tyree making an important play there.
Yeah, Michael Moore, great catch on the out route there, picking up the 1st down, keeping the drive moving. 1 foot in front of the other. That's what Sioux Falls has to do, right? You got to shake off these bad plays, these fluke plays, if you will, and just keep putting 1 foot in front of the other.
That being said, I wouldn't want to go into the 4th quarter down 2 scores as Clancy gets the ball, fights through contact, and gets 6 yards up to the 48. I would want to score before the 3rd quarter ends if I was Sioux Falls here.
Yeah, I agree. But anything can happen, right? Like we saw a huge swing of points for OKC to, take the lead. So, I mean, points can come and go very quickly here in the SFL. So I don't think it's time to panic and keep 1 foot in front of the other. But I agree. I would, if I were in Sioux Falls' situation, I would like to score before the end of the 3rd quarter.
Well, they're going to have to overcome a 3rd and 3 as Clancy got nowhere on that last run. Sellout crowd here. Even though the team is 3 and 5, they've still got a great following here at OKC. Important 3rd down. Tyree to throw to the flat for Clancy. Got 1 man to beat, and he beats the ankle tackle and gets a 1st down to the 40.
Yeah, really nice play there by Kevin Clancy. Looked like he was going to be stopped short, but then just puts his shoulder down and runs through the tackle.
Yeah, Casper came up and laid the hit on him, though.
Yeah, they needed that. And they're lucky. I mean, OKC's lucky, that Casper made that stop because the way Clancy's been running today, he's surprised he didn't break another tackle here.
Tyree to pass over the middle. Got a man open, and he goes down to the 23-yard line. Another good pass for Tyree. In just shy of the red zone, there is McCoy.
Yeah, trying to account for that tip he had that led to an Oklahoma City interception. That's a good start, right? McCoy going across the middle, showing that he does indeed have the courage to make those catches across the middle.
All right, we're getting down to the part of the field where Sioux Falls has not had much success. Clancy dives forward for 3 yards into the SFL red zone, and that is where they have not had much success today.
Yeah, to your point earlier, both of these teams have struggled to score. So, I mean, it's not a shocker that both teams have had trouble scoring in the red zone.
It's been really noticeable, though, for Sioux Falls, because they've been down to the red zone 3 or 4 times and only scored once, as this ball goes across the middle. It was in front of the receiver and almost picked off.
Yeah, the big story about that is just interceptions have really killed Tyree. You know, the first pick that he threw was, you know, right down the middle on a post route, about the same yardage. Oklahoma City, you know, made a pick off a tip pass. And that seems to be, you know, a reoccurring theme there.
Another big third down here, 3rd and 7 from the 20. They get to the 13-yard line. Tyree to throw across the middle to the goal line, and he's just short of the goal line, down to the 1-yard line. There he goes. Michael Moore, another big catch.
Yeah, he's coming up huge this quarter. That's his 3rd big play this quarter, this drive alone, I believe. Michael Moore coming up big there for Tyree.
I don't know, that looked like a poor spot to me. It looked like he had the ball on the goal line, but it's all the way back on the 1. Clancy, up the middle, put it on the board. Touchdown, Sioux Falls.
Yeah, really big holes there on the counter play. Oh, he's pulling out the dirty bird. All right.
I don't know if you would celebrate too much. You're still down 24-16.
No, celebrate it. That's what I'm saying. Good pull there by number 71. Corey Fuada really opening the hole there on the counter play. Do the dirty bird, young man. I'm a big fan of it. I'm a Falcons fan. But, yeah, good play there. Good start. Again, one foot in front of the other. Oklahoma City really has to batten down the hatches if they want to pull out a victory here. But for Sioux Falls, you got to say, hey, that's a start. We'll take it every day of the week.
Looks like the momentum could be swinging here once again. It started in the first quarter with Sioux Falls. They got 10 straight points. And then Oklahoma City came back and got 24 straight points. Now Sioux Falls back on the scoreboard. So this game is not over by a long shot.
Yeah, I think going into halftime, if you're, you know, the Sioux Falls coach, you're just saying, hey, these are fluke plays. We've played a great game, you know, minus those points, those moments that gave OKC the lead. So just get your head right and then get back to work, right? Because you have played a great game up into those fluke plays. So.
Cam Michael takes it up to the 30-yard line. That is where Oklahoma City will get the ball again. A minute to go in the third quarter. This is a close game, a good game. But Sioux Falls needs another stop.
Yeah, I agree. I think points here would really make it difficult, really put the pressure on Sioux Falls. So OKC, if you're OKC, you want to see at least 3 points here.
Red Feather on first down gets 7 yards as number 84 makes the catch. That's Julian Wieland.
Let's go.
And Jason in the chat makes a good point. 2 drop catches for interceptions have really killed Sioux Falls today, as Brewski gets the ball and gets a first down up to the 40.
I think OKC has 17 points off of turnovers, I believe. I think that's...
It is most of their scoring.
Yeah. I believe...
And we have more scoring in the Alaska-San Antonio game. San Antonio now up 31-27. They took a bit of a break for halftime, cooled down, took a drink, and then got right back to scoring the football. As Brewski takes another good run for 8 yards up to the 48.
Yeah, not a shocker. It looks like they're going to make you a profit after all. They may get up into the 40s. So, looks like Miss Cleo's on it today, huh?
Yeah. But this is an Alaska team as we hit the... okay, that says end of the fourth quarter. It's the end of the third quarter. But talking about one more thing about the Alaska game, this is an Alaska team that kicked Oklahoma City to the curb a couple of weeks ago. It was 38-0. And it'll be a free play for Oklahoma City. They'll get the first down regardless as somebody jumped offside. And now it'll be in a dogfight with San Antonio, who's 1-7. Shocking.
Yeah, rough penalty there, 96, jumping off sides.
Marcellus Morton, that's his second offsides of the game. And both of them have resulted in first downs.
Yeah, to circle back, one last point from me on the Alaska game. Max Paul really prides himself on defense, so, he's probably pulling out his hair over there.
Here's Brewski, first down and 10. He breaks free into Sioux Falls territory all the way out of the 27. He's up to 128 yards rushing and 56. Braden Smith there on the tackle.
Yeah, that breaks down to, just over 6 yards per carry. Those are good numbers if you're Pete Brewski.
It could have been a little more without that good tackle from behind there.
Yeah, he appears to be the definition of a power back through and through. He's not gonna outrun many people, but he will run through you.
That's another offsides penalty for Sioux Falls, but they're going to decline it because Brewski has another first down up inside the 15-yard line.
It appears that Sioux Falls here losing their patience, getting a little antsy on defense.
This time it's the tackle, Johnny Summers, that jumps off sides. Down into the red zone. Go Oklahoma City again. Looking to go back up by 2 scores with just over 9 minutes to go in the fourth. This time it's a swing pass, and he gets nothing. 2 yards, if that. So.
Yeah, interesting. I just noticed Sioux Falls, they're really pulling out the stunts on the D-line to try to create pressure. But as you see, that generally is bad news when teams are pulling and can really be a recipe for disaster there.
Second down and 8 from the 13. Red Feather with 2 behind him. He'll give to Brewski again. Hole up the middle. And gain up to the 9-yard line. Third down and 4.
Yeah, I think if you're Sioux Falls here, you need a turnover. That's what you're hoping for here.
They don't have one yet today, do they?
I am not 100% sure.
I don't think Sioux Falls has a takeaway. And a big stop there on third down as Brewski was cut down by Summers, who just jumped off sides a couple of plays ago. And they're going to force another field goal.
This is a big play right here. Let's see if they can create some pressure.
Johnny Omega lines this up. And this kick is up and right down Main Street. With 8:04 to go in the fourth quarter, it's Oklahoma's 27, Sioux Falls 17. They've opened up a 10-point gap again. This is the SFL Network on YouTube.
Not the worst thing that could have happened for Sioux Falls there. Hold your head high. You still got time here, and we know their offense is capable of moving the ball. Your receivers are having a pretty good day for the most part. Keep your nose down. Just keep grinding it out. The game's not over yet.
From the 10-yard line, not a very good return, only up to the 28 there. There's number 42, A.J. Levy.
Yeah, we've called AJ's name a lot today, a lot in the return game. He's been playing pretty good ball.
I see it, Andy Hamilton in the chat. Hey, Andy.
Yeah, you missed us crushing on Vancouver earlier, Andy. We gave you some props.
Up the middle goes Clancy. He's met after only a gain of 2 and brought down.
Yeah, I should
averaging 4.6 yards a carry. He's not bad.
Not at all. 4.6 yards per carry for Clancy. A little over 6 for Brewski. So, very comparable production. The difference is Brewski's had the bigger plays. Clancy's really had to grind his way towards that.
Here we go. Second down and 8 from the 30. The lone back is Clancy. Tyree to throw, has the underneath man, turning up field and getting a first down up to the 39 is number 88, Michael Moore.
Yeah, Michael Moore, good slant route across the middle, catches it, gets upfield. He's really come on in the second half. I believe that's his 5th catch in the second half. He's really turning it up. And they're going to need that. They're going to need that production.
It's a 1-point game over in Alaska. San Antonio 31, Alaska 30. Third quarter, 3:25 to go. As Clancy gets another one and doesn't get much. 1 yard up to the 41.
This is valuable time we're losing here. I think Sioux Falls needs to start going in the no huddle, trying to move the ball quicker here. They're losing a lot of time. Still have 3 timeouts, so obviously with the 2-minute warning coming up, they've still got plenty of time to stop the clock. But
here we go. Short drop for Tyree. He dumps it off short, and that's not what you want. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, J.J. McGee on the hook route there, catching the ball across the middle for a gain of 5. Yeah, I'm a little perplexed by the play calling here, but I get it too. You know, you've had a lot of tip passes, but I think what they need to do is just get Jalen Miller, Michael Moore. They just need to get them out, try to get them open, and throw the ball to them.
3rd down and 5. They'll give it to Clancy, and Clancy cashes that check. First down at midfield. I thought he was gone in the backfield.
Yeah, Oklahoma City getting good pressure, making contact at the line of scrimmage with Clancy, but Clancy showing them, why Sioux Falls has so much confidence, and he just really drug a couple defenders to the first down marker.
Drive continues for Sioux Falls, down 10, just over 5 minutes to play in this one. Tyree, good pocket, throws it, tipped, and almost picked off. A couple of defenders had a chance at that, beginning with number 49, Tank Savage, who already has a pick today.
Yeah, Tank Savage, he's really doing a great job patrolling the middle of the field, taking away those deep post routes. Sioux Falls avoiding a disastrous play right there.
2nd and 10, right at midfield. This time they'll go 2 in the back. Another pass play for Tyree. He goes over the middle, and it's almost intercepted again into triple coverage, and Miller couldn't hold that one down.
Yeah, Tank Savage sitting back there. Tough throw there by Tyree, trying to squeeze it in. I understand you want to throw the ball to your big playmakers, but you got to be smart about it too. And so maybe that's why we've been seeing the run game in short passes. Maybe the coach is just, losing a little bit of confidence in Tyree here.
Big 3rd down here. 3rd down at 10 from midfield. Got to get past the OKC 40. Over the middle. This time it is tipped and intercepted again for the 3rd time today. OKC takes the ball away on the tip.
Yeah, big play there by Gino Soto. Story of the game, right? Tip passes, interceptions. Michael Moore there. I don't know if Michael Moore tipped it up or if 21 just made a really good play on it. Michael Cam, the silver cornerback, with the tip, allowing the non-star safety Gino Soto to get the pick. Oklahoma City, 10-point lead, 34-yard line. I don't know.
You got to think a touchdown here could be a dagger.
I think 3 points here would be a dagger.
Brewski hit in the backfield and dropped by a whole host of Sparrows, led by number 91, Alex Parker.
Yeah, good start. Again, 1 foot in front of the other. Don't think about the turnovers. Time's ticking, but that's a good start. Getting the first stop. That's what they got to do here.
2nd down and 13, I formation for the Renegades. Another offsides. That's 4 in this game, but this is picked. It won't matter, but it's picked by number 49, Christopher Dodd.
Yeah, story of the game. Sioux Falls.
How ironic is that?
Yeah, shooting themselves in the foot. Another offsides penalty. This one probably the most costly of them all.
Johnny Summers, he's offside for the second time today. And this one will cost them a turnover.
Yeah, that takes them from, what, 2nd and 13 to 2nd and 8 now?
Well, it takes them from 1st and 10 for the Sparrows to 2nd and 8.
Oh, yeah, even more so, of course.
2nd and 8 from the 37. Brewski gets the ball and gets hit right at the line of scrimmage. He's got 140 yards. Obviously, the big one is the 56-yard touchdown.
Yeah, Sioux Falls may be able to salvage this here. If they get one more stop, get the ball back, and a quick score, that's ideal.
3rd and 7, big play here for the Sioux Falls defense. They'll give it to Brewski. Brewski up the middle, and he's cut down at the line of scrimmage again.
Yeah,
They brought the run pressure, and it's been paying off.
yeah, Sioux Falls, again, playing good defense, getting the 3 and out. Obviously, you would have liked the pick, but, you know, given the circumstances, a punt is a victory, and they've got plenty of time to make something happen here. Only down
This
by
is only
10.
the second time we've called the name of Ethan Ellis, the punter for Oklahoma City. Had a punt in the first quarter and now a punt in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's a pretty good
They're
day.
coming after this one, and they almost got there. Taken just shy of the 30, and up to the 30 is where A.J. Levy will get the ball. Most important drive of the game for Sioux Falls coming right here.
Yeah, I want to see them come out firing. I don't want them to be concerned about the interceptions. They all haven't been on AJ. They just need to get the ball downfield, and they need to do it quickly here.
1st and 10 from their own 30. 2 in the backfield, 3 wideouts. Tyree to throw, plenty of time, in the flat for Clancy, and Clancy gets 8 yards, but he stays in bounds, so the clock will roll.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Slight mistake there by Clancy, but they're going to go no huddle anyways.
No huddle, and it's going to be Clancy again, this time picking up a first down across the 40 to the 44, but he still stays in bounds.
Correction,
Clock
that was
roll it down
to
3 minutes. But they have
Ashley
3
Anderson
timeouts, so... That was Anderson?
Yeah, that's the fullback there. No worries. I got you.
Across the middle. This one is caught. It's pulled in by Miller. And up across into plus territory. Up tempo again go the Sparrows. Tyree has time. Across the middle. Complete. And 9 yards goes Miller again. She's trying to get untangled with the defender to get back up and get back on the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 1 from the 32. Across the middle. Caught. Up inside the red zone. Down to the 12-yard line.
Elijah McCoy there. Clutch catch. Really good gain. This is a really good drive by Sioux Falls.
No huddle. Again. Tyree rolls. Throws. Caught. Inside the 2. And it'll be 1st and goal. They'll go no huddle again as the clock ticks down towards 2 minutes.
Little Tebow action there out of the quarterback.
Clancy looks to go at himself, and he throws at the last second as pressure was coming. And he could not get the ball to Miller. We have a downed Renegade, Darren Malinsky, the defensive end. He was number 72. He collided on the play. It almost looked like Tyree wanted to run that himself, then ran into a wall and threw as a second thought.
Yeah, he kind of floated it in there, too. That was a little dangerous, but, I mean, it hit Jalen Miller in the hand, so in theory, that should have been a touchdown, but here we are.
2nd down and goal. Tyree, pressure in his face, throws, and it's picked off again. 4 interceptions today, 2 of them in the end zone, and the Sparrows collapse in the red zone again.
Yeah, I think that's going to do it here. looking for number 80. Their tight end, J.J. McGee, on the corner route. Unfortunately, corner routes don't really work down in the red zone just because if the defense sits in the cover 3, you're going to be throwing it into a crowd of people, and that's what happened there. Unfortunately.
Billy Joe, B.J. Casper, made the interception. It's his second of the day. And now you just run the clock out here, or you just let Pete Bruschi run the ball up towards midfield. Timeout, Sioux Falls.
I really feel for Sioux Falls here. This has been the game of one play after another, and it's not anything they've done wrong because they've had a great game plan coming into this. Defensively, they've played well. Offensively, you could blame, Tyree for the picks, but a lot of those have come off tip balls. Only 2 of his picks came just from him throwing it into coverage. So, if one play here or there that goes in Sioux Falls' way, and, we may be talking about a different ballgame.
Football, the game of inches, as Pete Bruschi gets 5 more yards. Sioux Falls calls their second timeout. Now, I was hesitant to bring this up at the top of the show, but I will bring it up now. Sioux Falls has traded wins and losses back and forth each week all season. Mm-hmm. And they won last week, and it looks like they're going to drop one this week.
Yeah, and this could have huge playoff ramifications now that they'll be, if this, and barring any crazy outcomes here or any crazy situations, they're going to be splitting the season games too at 1-1. So this could come back to hurt Sioux Falls in the playoff runnings. They're obviously still in it, but this loss today could hurt them. So,
well, for Sioux Falls, a win today would have temporarily moved them into 4th. Mm-hmm. But I don't see both Houston and Vancouver losing this week, so I don't think they would stay there.
Yeah.
This puts OKC at 4-5, and Sioux Falls also at 4-5. If Dallas loses to Houston, they will also be at 4-5.
Yeah, interesting. This game, wonky game, could really shake up the standings in the Western Conference. I feel for Sioux Falls because they had a really good game plan coming in today, and a lot of Oklahoma City's points just came on effort plays. It wasn't like a great defensive scheme. I don't want to take away from OKC. You obviously have to pick the plays, and the offense with Bruschi has had a pretty good game. And so, strategy-wise on OKC's part, good game, right? But Sioux Falls, heck, they were up 10-0, playing a heck of a ball game, moving the ball at will. And then they just, one bad play after another, and it just piled up and really gave OKC all they needed to take home the victory today.
We'll run you down the rest of the Week 9 schedule. A lot of fantastic matchups in the SFL this week. Mm-hmm. Sioux Falls has the ball back. Tyree under pressure, throws it out to Clancy, and he gets 2 yards. Alaska, San Antonio going on right now. That's a crazy one. Last update, it was 31-30 with 3:25 to go in the third. At 5 p.m. Central today, Carolina and St. Louis in a scruff at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. Carolina still with a strange outside chance to make the postseason.
Yeah.
Tonight, the game of the week with Cameron Irvine, Mexico and Vancouver at 7 Central. As that pass almost picked off again by Tank. Tank Savage again. Now, forgive me, that was Billy Joe Casper. We've got a double slate on Monday for Labor Day. That's some Labor Day SFL for you at 5 p.m. It's the big Texas rivalry. Dallas and Houston at 5 with Eric Vincent on the call. And then the nightcap on Monday. A big Eastern Conference clash with a lot of playoff ramifications. Baltimore and Chicago at 7 p.m. with Chris Curtis.
We got that fourth quarter update for you. 5:56 left to go in the fourth quarter. Alaska 30, San Antonio 31.
They're just doing this to spite me. I said they'd both hit 40, they both hit 30, and they stopped scoring.
Yeah. Eventually, those defenses were going to wake up eventually, right? Eventually.
Well, and then the Tuesday, the tilt at the top of the Eastern Conference, Atlanta, Tallahassee, both of them in playoff positions, both of them trying to catch Queen City. That should be a good one. This one is caught behind the defense, and there he goes to the house. Put it on the board, Michael Moore.
We're not done yet, folks. Big play there by Michael Moore, catching the post route across the middle, catching Oklahoma City in the cover too. And we said several times throughout the broadcast, if they catch OKC in the cover two, which is what we just saw right there, big plays are going to happen. Michael Moore keeping Sioux Falls alive here.
I didn't see whose number it was, but it looked like the OKC defender who was covering Moore got greedy and thought, oh, I'm going to get a pick too, and jumped the route and missed.
Yeah.
And then Moore was gone. Max Bolholtz.
Andy Hamilton said, do the math, boys. So they're definitely in the game here.
It is a 3-point game with 32 seconds to go.
Now, this season, we've seen a pretty high amount of onside kicks get recovered by the kicking team. So here we are, a 3-point game, 32 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Sioux Falls lining up for the onside kick.
Game hinges on this play because Sioux Falls has no timeouts. The kick is away. It goes 10 yards and picked up easily by the Oklahoma City Renegades. Number 25, Elvis Shoemaker, picks it up, and that is your nail in the coffin.
Potentially.
Potentially.
But it probably is. No timeouts.
All you have to do is victory formation and kneel the ball down.
Yeah, we've seen strange things happen today, though.
We have seen stranger things, but into the victory formation go the Oklahoma City Renegades. They will pull out a massive victory on their home field to kick off Week 9 here in the SFL.
Yeah, hats off to Sioux Falls, putting up a valiant effort all the way to the end there. Even when they were pretty much out of the game, one last hurrah, big throw across the middle on a post route to Michael Moore to even get us to this situation. So hats off to them for not giving up. Oklahoma City, congrats on the big win. You're one step closer to getting to the playoffs.
And this ball game is in the books. Your final score, Oklahoma City 27, Sioux Falls 24. We gotta say to the 28 people watching right now and everyone who has tuned in, thank you for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. Final stats and highlights will scroll across the screen. But for James Richards and our entire crew in Oklahoma City, this is Michael Truilo saying, see you next time!